Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Okay, I'm getting really started. Oh my gosh. It has been a day, you guys. It has been such a day. I'm getting a really late start on the vlog today. At least I'm laughing, right? At least I'm laughing. Oh my gosh, and my husband just texted me and he said he's on his way home from dinner. I thought he would be home really late tonight. Okay. This vlog is a mess of trouble already. Okay. Let me text him back really quick. Say I just started vlogging. Okay. I just started vlogging. I thought he wouldn't get home because he went to dinner tonight. I didn't think he would get home from dinner until like 10:30 or 11. It is currently, right now, it is currently 7:57 p.m. and I just posted my drama video. I just filmed 6 videos back to back, filmed them back to back, rendered them back to back, uploaded them back to back. Just got all 6 of my videos. Oh, that one's up too. I gotta cross them off, keep my list going. I filmed 6 videos today, and I'm going on about 3.5 hours of sleep right now. I'm actually not super tired right now, which is interesting. I'm not super tired. And I still, when I get done with this, have to take my walk. It's gonna be a short walk tonight. But yeah, like it's just been kind of a crazy day. Like I said, I'm not super tired on little sleep, which is crazy. I mean, I did get a nap last night, but I don't think an 1.5 hour nap plus 3.5 hours of sleep equals enough sleep whatsoever. So it's been crazy. I only got 3.5 hours of sleep because I didn't go to bed until like 6. And then of course it takes me a little while to fall asleep. Even though I fall asleep still rather quickly, it still takes me, I mean, I don't like put my head on, I mean, some nights more now. I wouldn't say I put my head on the pillow and I'm like out like that, but it's quicker than it used to be. But I still like struggle falling asleep. It's just not anywhere near like as bad as it used to be. I would say I fall asleep pretty quickly. So I don't know, I like got into bed at like 5 after 6 or something like that. I went upstairs at like 6, so I went to bed at 6. I was in bed by like, took my contacts out and was like in bed by 6. And then Alex was up and I was talking to him for a couple minutes. He just gotten up and he was like looking at his Instagram and TikToks and stuff like that. And so I was talking to him and then I probably faded off at some point. So I got up at 10 to get ready for my hair appointment today. Got my hair cut today. I mean, it's a mess. She was like, do you want me to put any product in it? I was like, no, I'm just gonna put a hat on. She always knows that anyway. So just got my hair trimmed and cut today. So yeah, so I had to get up at 10 for that because I wanted to like have all my stuff ready, and I have to take an Uber to my hair appointment. So I have to call, so I'm about a half an hour for my hair appointment. So I have to call the Uber between like 11, well, my hair appointment was at noon, between like 11 and 11:15, so that they can come and pick me up and I can get there early enough. And then I usually go and like get coffee. There's like a coffee shop over there. So I usually go and get coffee and then get to my appointment. She was eating lunch when I got there. So she was like, take all the time you need and whatever. Alex actually, when I got dropped off there by the Uber, he texted me because he had a hair appointment with her today too. And he thought his was, so like they're 45-minute appointments. So he thought like I was from 12:30 to 1:15 and then he was at like 1:30. So he said, if you want to wait until after my appointment's done, then I can take you home and then I can come back to work. And I was like, are you done for the day? He's like, no, I will come back to work. He's like, but I can take you home if you want me to, if you just want to wait until my hair appointment's done. And he was like, your appointment's at 12:30, right? Or he thought my appointment was at 12:45, and then I would go to 1:30 and then he would come in. And I said, no, my appointment's at noon. And I said, I appreciate it. I said, but no, I'm not gonna wait until, what would that be, 2:15 or something for him to get done when I was, when I was done at 12:45. So anyway, so I got an Uber there. I'm trying to think of the woman that took me on the way there. Oh, she was so fun. We were talking about, she's also a school bus driver. So she was telling me, she kept on referring to her like kids. And so finally I said, how many kids do you have? And she said, I don't have any kids. I was like, well, you keep on talking about your kids. And she was like, oh, my kids, because I drive a school bus. She's like, I've driven a school bus for 10 years. So she was telling me all about driving a school bus. And she was like, they're like younger. They're like elementary school. And so she was telling me about how, like on Fridays, she buys them like special snacks and treats, and like if they behave all week long, they get snacks on Friday. And then she's like, I make playlists of like, you know, their favorite music that's appropriate, and she's like, you know, and then we like play the sound, like somebody gets to pick what song they want, all that kind of stuff. And she's like, I love it. She's like, I said, do you ever have kids that are like out of control and whatever? She's like, no, not really. She's like, she's driven for high school, she's driven for middle school, and now she's like elementary school for like the last 2 or 3 years. She said she's only had one fight on her bus in 10 years. And I said, what do you do? And she's like, well, there's a whole protocol. She was explaining it to me. She's like, there's a whole protocol. You like pull the bus over and all this kind of stuff. You have to like call it in and whatever. So anyway, she was telling me all about that. And I said, so you like Uber drive in between? She's like, yeah. She was like, so, cause this is what she was saying. She was like, I drop my kids off before I drive. And so I thought she meant like, she'd already told me she was a school bus driver. So I thought she meant like she takes her kids to school, then goes and gets the bus, then takes the bus kids to school on the bus, then Uber drives, and then picks her kids up, takes them home. Like, well, after she Uber drives, like drives the kids home on the bus, and then goes and picks her kids up from school, because she was talking about picking them up and taking them to school. She was like, no, I don't have any kids of my own. She was like, I was talking about the school bus kids. She got laughing. She was real sweet. But anyway, and then she's like, and sometimes I go back out at night and I drive. And I was like late at night. She's like, oh, no. She's like, I'm always done by like 8 o'clock. So then we were talking about TV. She was asking me what TV shows I watch. I said, well, are you ready? Because I watch everything. And I was like, well, what do you watch? And she was like, I watch a lot of like horror, like scary TV shows. And I was like, oh. And so we were talking about, she brought up, why can't I remember what that movie is called on Netflix? She asked me if I saw it. Hold on a second, let me look it up. It's the one with Andra Day, the singer. Movie Netflix. The one was about the Gary, Indiana. We got The Deliverance with Glenn Close. We got talking about that. We got talking about like Gary, Indiana, and I was telling her about, she hadn't seen the Beast House documentary. That's, I think it's Zach Bagans that did that. It's on Tubi. You can watch it for free. It's not the greatest documentary in the world. We were talking about the woman that she now lives in Indianapolis, and so we were talking about that. And then she was talking about how she watches Evil, and I said, oh, people recommend that show to me all the time. And I said, I tried to get into it and I really had a hard time. And she was like, oh my God, I absolutely love it. She's like, you have to get like halfway through the first season, and then she's like, you're hooked. So we're talking about Evil. And then she was like, she got real excited. She's like, oh my God, I have a show I have to recommend to you. And I was like, what? She's like, Cross on Prime. And I was like, oh my God, it's one of my favorite shows. So we were talking about Cross. We were talking about the Alex Cross novels by James Patterson. She was real sweet. She was really nice. And then I got my hair cut, and we had this long conversation today about what I did on my drama video. So I explained it on my drama video if you want to hear that. But anyway, got my hair cut. And then when I left there, the Uber home, the guy was really, really nice. And he was talking to me about his son. He has a son in 5th grade, a son in 6th grade, and an 8th. People always just tell me all these. I was like, oh, really? Oh, okay. So he was telling me that he coaches football for his 5th and his 6th grader. And his youngest one's not playing yet. I think he said he's 8 or something, 7 or 8. I think he said 8. And so he coaches football for his 5th and 6th grader. And so he was telling me all about the coaching. And I was telling him about watching Murder on the Friday Night Lights. And I was like, do any of the parents ever fight and stuff? He's like, oh, no, not at all. He's like, not in our, like, he's like, it's not that serious. And then I was asking him where he was from. And he was telling me where he was from Kokomo. And I, like, know people from there. So anyway, we were talking about that. And Kokomo's where, like, the big Delco and Chrysler plant is in Indiana. In Indiana, you kind of know, like, small towns. You kind of know them from, like, different, like, where my ex is from is Seymour, Indiana, and that's, like, where Walmart distribution is. It's, like, the largest, I think it's, like, the largest Walmart distribution in, like, the Midwest or something. Let's look it up and see. Largest, no, look, I looked it up, and it won't be at all. But it's, like, one of the largest ones. So there's like everybody worked there, or Onkyo, 10 largest warehouses in North America. Oh, that won't be it. It's not, these aren't just, oh, it says on here Arizona. Oh no, it's nothing like that. That warehouse in Arizona is huge. And Anyway, it's a big one. It's a distribution center. I don't know how big it is, but it's a big one. Is it even listed on here? It's one of the biggest ones. But anyway, and then everybody in, oh my God, these places are huge. There's so many ads in here I can't even see what's going on. But anyway, so like in Indiana, you kind of know okay, Anderson, Indiana, where the casino's at, it's known for the casino. It's known for Hoosier Park. But it's also known for Nestle, the Nestle factory. Like, a lot of people know, like, factories in Indiana, like, where they, because, you know, it's a lot of factory workers in Indiana, stuff like that. Red Gold is, like, North Hamilton County. So, anyway, a lot of people know, like, county. So, anyway, we were talking about, like, Kokomo, and I asked him if he knew anybody that worked at Chrysler. He's like, do I know anybody that worked? Yeah, everybody that I knew worked at Chrysler and Delco when I was growing up. And so I was asking about, I was like, did you play football in high school? He's like, yeah. And he was like talking about what coaching he wants to do. And then he'd like to get into more like high school coaching. And he was super, super nice too. So got home and then like sat down. I had made notes from my drama video yesterday. I took notes. So as soon as I got home, I like sat down. I actually sat here and I put Alex's ring light. It's really, really bright. It like washed me out. I can't see on here because of the different switch I moved it to. Somebody said not too long ago, they're like, you keep on talking about the switch. Well, the switch is going to like reference other things because like what I see right now, when I put it on, when I render it, it comes up like brighter than what it looks like right now. So anyway, I had Alex's ring light, but his ring light doesn't have like the things on front of it. Like my ring light, which is right there, which I haven't pulled out in probably 4 years maybe. It has these things that you can like dim it. His you can't dim. Or if you can, I couldn't figure it out. So anyway, I put it over there and I sat here and I did this video today. And I had all my notes and stuff, so I did that. Then after that, I like went out, checked the mail. I mean, I took breaks in between filming, but I ended up filming on all of my channels today. I couldn't believe it. Oh my God, my camera fell. It wasn't my tripod, it was my camera that fell, and it just went like this. It just started going like that. And the thing wasn't tightened on the side. So I don't know that the tripod is bad. I'm gonna have to look at it after I get done vlogging, but it was really loose on the side. Here, I'll show you what I mean. This thing on the side was really loose. Do you see how loose it is right here? It was really loose. And the camera just went. Anyway, yeah, so I filmed videos on all my channels, was very productive, and I am ready to take a walk. It's not gonna be a long walk tonight because I'm getting started so late on my vlog. But take a walk and then take a shower and put my comfy pajamas on and I'm gonna read and I am going to watch some shows. We watched White Lotus last night, so tonight we'll probably watch Atlanta, or we might save it till tomorrow night. I don't know. I haven't talked to Tanya yet about if we're gonna go to a meeting or if we're gonna do something tomorrow night or not. She said she might be really, really busy tomorrow, so she was like, I don't know if I can or not. So I have no idea what's going on with that. And then Caroline on Wednesday is Cousin Fun Day, but she's not picking me up till later in the day. So I don't know how many videos I'll be able to get filmed on Wednesday. But yeah, last night was good. So, was yesterday? Sunday? Okay, so I got my vlog done early yesterday. I don't even know what time I finished it. When I looked at the clock when I got done, it was a lot earlier than I thought it was. I think it was like an hour and a half vlog yesterday. Something like that. You know what? Let's just pull up the vlog right now. Let's pull it up on my channel. I think it was like an hour and 20, hour and 30 minutes. I think I started at like 3:30 or 3:40. And so by the time that I got done, I was kind of surprised because it was like right around like 5:15 or something like that. Let's see how long my vlog was yesterday. Does it say on here? Ooh, it was an hour and 22 minutes yesterday. So yeah, so by the time that I got my vlog done, and then I waited for it to render, Alex was still watching Suits. So I was like, do you want to watch anything tonight? He's like, well, what time is it? So Atlanta comes on, but like on Peacock the next day, it's like without commercials and stuff like that. So we usually wait till the day after to watch it. But White Lotus, we watch the night that it comes out, which is Sunday. So we knew that that was coming on at 9 o'clock. So I was like, well, he goes, what are you going to do? And I said, well, if you're just going to watch Suits, then I'm just going to read. So I read so much last night. I read like 40 pages of Maximum Ride. I read like 2 chapters of the Edge of Collapse book. And then I took a walk. And and then I took a shower, and because that was when my like vlog was like done rendering, and then I like was uploading it. So I took my walk, I took a shower and stuff, and then after that I was comfy. Alex was still watching Suits, and it was like, I don't even know, it was like still early at that point. Not super early, but it was early. I think it was like, I don't know, I don't even know what time it was, but anyway, so I sat down and I started reading. Well, I was already like halfway through it. I think I was like 2/3 of the way through it. The second book in the Life as We Know It series, The Last Survivors or whatever, and it's called The Dead and the Gone. It's the second book in the series by Susan Beth Pfeiffer. So I sat there and I read it last night. Then Alex came down about, I think it was like 8:30, and he was like heating up his food from yesterday, his like Cuban that he brought home. And so he was like, do you want to watch something? And I was like, we don't really have anything to watch because White Lotus doesn't come on until 9. He was like, we're still like trying to make it through Traders New Zealand. So he was like, do you want to watch Traders New Zealand? I was like, sure. So we started watching Traders New Zealand. He came down here and he like was fixing his food. So it was like 20 till 9 that we started watching Traders New Zealand. It's bad, you guys. It's like the worst Traders ever. The Traders are stupid, idiots. The Faithfuls are idiots. It's just, it's not entertaining. But like, now that we've started it, we're not going to stop it, you know? And so at 9 o'clock, like right at 9 o'clock, Alex goes, it's 9 o'clock, White Lotus is on. Do you want to turn this off? I go, well, no, we're halfway through this episode. Let's watch this episode now. So we finished New Zealand, not the series, just that episode. I think we're like halfway through the season. But anyway, so we watched that, and then we watched White Lotus, and then after White Lotus, I went upstairs. Alex was like, I'm going to bed early, I'm tired. So he went up, oh, no. We went upstairs. I said, I'm going to lay down and take a nap. He's like, I'm going to go to bed too. And then we got upstairs. He was like, I think I'm going to watch one more episode of Suits. So he just came in, I can hear the garage. So he watched one more episode of Suits, and I lay down and I fell asleep. And then when I got up, I lit all my candles and stuff, and then I talked on the phone for a little bit, and I finished The Dead and the Gone last night. I was like, I'm finishing it. Because I was like, I'm going to read a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this. I was like, no, you're just going to finish one of these books. Because I could have finished any, like one of them, like Maximum Ride or The Dead and the Gone or whatever, but I was like, you need to just pick one and finish it. So I picked The Dead and the Gone. It was so good. It was just as good as the first one. It was completely different. I mean, it was like the same idea of like the moon and the orbit and all that kind of stuff, but like, and it takes place in New York City versus upstate Pennsylvania, but it was still just as good. Hello? Hello? Let me check in with him real quick, and then I will be back in 2 and 2. Okay, I'm back. I don't even know how long I've vlogged now because I have no idea. Which I try to keep a running, like running time clock in my head. So I kind of know, like I can piece it together if I don't stop it. But the camera fell. I don't know. I think I was at like 9 or 10 minutes. And then Alex came in and I stopped it again. So I have no idea how long I vlogged for. I'm going to guess. I'm going to say like 16 minutes. Look down and see. Am I right? Do I get a blue ribbon? Am I right? Anyway, so we caught up for a second. He had a great time. They have this new Thai restaurant. I can't remember what it's called. It wasn't Thai House, because that was where we used to go, Thai Sushi House. I think it's called Thai Villa. This is where he went. He went with 2 of his friends. And so we went right after work. He loves it. He brought all kinds of leftovers home. He always gets, like, whenever he goes to, like, get Thai food, he always brings home, like, fried rice and pad thai and all that kind of stuff, so he can take it to like lunch the next day and stuff like that. So yeah. So I finished that book last night, and it was so good. I cried at the end of it. This is now 2 of her books I've cried at the end of. I have to tell you, like, with both of those books, Life as We Knew It, I cannot, like, I think some people would probably read it and be like, this is kind of cheesy. I didn't think it was cheesy at all. I thought it was very realistic. I thought it was very realistic of what could happen. It's something, I mean, the reality of, like, I don't know if that could happen, of, like, the moon being, like, knocked off its axis or whatever by an asteroid. You know, we should look and see if that could happen, because now I'm, like, kind of curious. But the aftermath of it, so the New York City one, so the first one is about this girl named Miranda, and she's like 15, I think. Because they're both the same, almost the same age. He's going to be a senior. I think she's going to be a senior. But anyway, so it's about The first one, Life as We Knew It, is about this girl, Miranda, and she lives in upstate Pennsylvania with her mom and her younger brother, and then her older brother's in college. And she's kind of like in this small town. This one is the same timeline, but it's this kid named Alex Morales that's Puerto Rican, and he lives in New York City, and he has 2 younger sisters and an older brother that's in the Marines. And then at the time that it starts, his dad's in Puerto Rico for his grandmother's funeral, and his mom's at the hospital working because she's like a surgery tech. And so it's really about like how they get food, how they keep like their apartment or house warm. This one was a lot about like him and this friend of his. They would call it body shopping because they had to do it. Like they would just like toss like these dead bodies like out in the street, and then they would like take their shoes and their watches and stuff like that, and then they would, because like people were dying left and right from flu, from all kinds of stuff, from not being able to have food. And so then they would take their shoes, their coats, their sweaters, and their watches, or any kind of jewelry, and they would take it to this guy to barter for, like, cans of spinach and food and stuff like that. It's really, really well done. I mean, I was super impressed with it. I really was. So I'm excited to read the last 2 in the series. But I think before I start the next one, I want to finish Maximum Ride. I have, like... I think I have like 60 or 80 pages. If I get into a reading frenzy tonight, that will be the book I finish, is Maximum Ride tonight. Maybe. Because I really am liking the Edge of Collapse series by Kyla Stone that Teresa and somebody else recommended to me. I don't remember who the other person is. But I'm really loving it. I actually did a booktube video today, and I showed like 3 post-apocalyptic series that I had purchased. So yeah, showed all that over there today. I'm really excited. Because when I pulled up Kyla Stone's, I think it was on Goodreads. Let me look up. Kyla Stone, Goodreads. She put on there something about, here it is, author of Edge of Collapse. I think it's the Edge of Collapse description. She talks about, in there, it says something about, I could be wrong where I saw this, what her books are like. I don't think I did it on here. I think I was reading it last night. Yeah, it's right here. This is Edge of Collapse. In the dead of winter, an EMP attack destroys the U.S. power grid. No electricity, no cars or phones. The country is plunged into instant chaos. But for Hannah Sheridan, it's the best day of her life. For the last 5 years, she's been the captive of a sadistic psychopath. Until the EMP releases the lock of her prison. Because there's no electricity anymore. I'm like, looked at that camera. I was like, is it falling again? Battered but not broken, she emerges from her underground cell into a hostile winter wilderness with nothing but her determination to survive. Reclusive ex-soldier Liam Coleman, so he's who the first prequel is all about. Well, him and his like brother and sister-in-law in Chicago. Reclusive ex-soldier Liam Coleman is headed nowhere fast. He believed he was prepared. He has like a house in upstate Michigan, like a cabin in the woods, so he's trying to get back there. He believed he was prepared for any disaster until the EMP took everything he'd ever cared about in a matter of seconds. 200 frozen, perilous miles stand between them and their destination in rural Michigan. But the killing cold isn't the only threat, for Hannah's captor isn't about to let her go. When the country goes dark, ordinary people find themselves facing the end of the world as they know it. With society collapsing before their eyes, they'll have to risk everything to protect their home and the people they love. And then it says, are you ready for this? From the USA Today, best-selling author Kyla Stone comes the Edge of Collapse series, a gripping EMP apocalypse story featuring flawed, complex characters. The character development is fantastic. I'm loving it. And high-octane action adventure. Here's the part that got me. A survival thriller, perfect for fans of Ryan. Oh, no, this is a different one. Shao, Boyd Craven, and Jack Hunt. Because Jack Hunt was the only one and I couldn't find his books. So what is the one where it said, for fans of, I think it's, so I got her Miami series. Maybe that was it. Which is called the Nuclear Dawn series. Maybe this is where it talks about, for fans of, oh shoot. It's one of the whole series. So she's another series called Nuclear Dawn. It takes place in Miami. So, you know, of course I was sold. Oh my God, how many books are there on that? 5 books. The last one was published in 2019. Oh, they all were published in 2019. It must be done. So anyway, this one I think is where it says it. Hold on. No, I'm not seeing it on here. For fans of, because there was a woman's name. Well, there is here too. Well, every single one of them, it's saying different Fans of Logan Keyes, I looked him up, Jacqueline Druga, Mike Krause, and Boyd Craven. Rated PG-13. So then I started looking up, oh, here's a bunch of them down here. Feral Nation, Convergence by Scott Williams. See, this is what happens. And then I start looking at all these apocalypse books. Oh, here's more. Readers also enjoyed Safety Seeking. T.L. Payne. Does anybody know who that is? T.L. Payne? Gateway to Chaos, Book 1. How many books are in this? Oh, this is another. See, they're all EMP books. So an EMP, for those of you that do not know, an EMP, and the only way I know about it is because that book that I was talking about the other day, which is called 1 Second Before or 1 Second After or something like that. There's like 5 books in the series. I have it on Audible, so I'm gonna be listening to this summer too, because I never finished. I think it's by Richard or Robert Forston or something like that. I think I listened to the first book years ago, or read the first book years ago, and then I never finished the series. I think I read it when it first came out. EMP can refer to electromagnetic pulse, a brief burst of electromagnetic energy that can disrupt communications and damage electronic equipment or emerging markets program. A USDA initiative okay, wait. So it's like this, like, can be natural, like lightning or solar flares, or artificial, like those generated by nuclear explosions or electromagnetic weapons. So it takes out all the electric. Like in a car, in like a pacemaker, like electricity in your house, so you don't have any refrigerator or anything. But all these books kind of have that in there. Okay. So this one, I haven't even seen this one yet. Gateway to Safety, or Gateway to Chaos, Seeking Safety, T.L. Payne. A massive cyber, do they all sound the same? A massive cyber attack crippled half the nation's power grid. A super EMP took care of the rest. While a cyber attack crippled half the nation's power grid, enemies of the United States launched a super EMP over the Midwest. Oh, the Midwest. Sending, oh shoot, I'm gonna have to get this one if it takes place in the Midwest. Sending the nation back to the Stone Age. For Rain Caldwell, these are so, I mean, they're written, most of them are written well though. And her neighbors, it couldn't have come at a worse time. Deep into the coldest Midwest winter on record, the nation is plunged into frigid darkness. With emergency services crippled by the lack of transportation and streets with stalled cars, a spark ignites and the city of St. Louis is engulfed in flames. St. Louis, not Indianapolis. Chaos grips, my neighbors are from St. Louis originally. Chaos grips the city as society spirals out of control and violence fills the streets. With her building surrounded by fire, Rain and her neighbors are forced to flee on foot onto the snow-covered streets seeking safety. Seeking Safety is a gripping tale of ordinary group of people as they fight to survive after an EMP plunges the nation into frigid darkness. How many books are in this series? I'm so excited now. Oh, there's 4 books. When did these come out? 2020? Was the last one. They released them all at the same. Oh, she's got The Fall of Houston, Survive the Collapse, Reign of Darkness. They all look exactly the same. Days of One. I'm writing one of these books. I'm gonna write a series about post-apocalyptic stuff, but it's not gonna be about EMPs. Could the moon crash into the earth? Let's see what it says. No, the moon is unlikely to crash into the earth, because they do worry about that in life as we know it. Life as we know it. Could the moon go off? Now you know what. Like, this is why my time is wasted throughout the day. Yes, the moon does rotate on an axis. Oh, wait. No, but, like, could it go off its axis? Oh, my God, there's tons of stuff about the moon. What would happen if the moon rotated on its axis? The moon does rotate on its axis. What would happen if the moon drifts away? As the moon drifts further away from Earth, days will gradually get longer, tides will become smaller, and the Earth's okay. Is the moon off its axis? The moon is tidally locked with Earth, with means that it spins on its own. I'm talking about like in the book. Could that really happen? We want to know. The people want to know. I'm going to put life as we know it in here. Life as we knew it. And see if it comes up. If the moon were to leave its current orbit, life as we knew it on Earth would be drastically altered, with potential consequences including erratic seasons, disrupted ecosystems, and potentially even the extinction of certain species, which is exactly what happens in the book. ecosystem disruption, impact on animals, longer days and nights. It talks all about that in the book. She must have researched a Earth without a moon, it says on here. There's a whole YouTube video on it. Oh, and then it comes up, Life as We Knew It with Susan Beth Pfeffer. Is Life as We Knew It realistic? The characters are believable and realistic with a genuine voice. Many readers consider the series great and excellent. However, some customers disagree on the science accuracy, finding it simplistic and implausible. I didn't, because I don't think that deeply about science anyway. Okay, so when I got done reading, I read forever last night. When I got done reading, I was like, what did I watch? Was I like adolescent? But I finished up the night before, didn't I? Okay, so what I ended up watching was... Where's my weekly TV show? I watched Found. Okay, I think it was the season finale of Found this week, which I'm not too unhappy about. It kind of unnerved me last night, honestly, when I watched it. We watched White Lotus, talked about that earlier, and then I watched Found. It was 2 episodes, and then after that, I watched Ghosts but at that point, I didn't even start watching Found until like 4 o'clock in the morning. That took me to like 5:30, and I watched, maybe I started it before that, because I think I watched the last Christmas episode. I was still on that of Ghosts, and I watched another episode, I think. Anyway, so Found last night, let's look it up and see with the last 2 episodes. Once I look and tell you what the one is called, like Missing While Witnessed. Oh, the first one that I watched, I had to watch the last 2 episodes because I wasn't caught up from last week. The first episode was about this guy that he was like an EMS officer, EMT. I'm getting all the words mixed up now with the EM, all those things. EMT. He was an EMT guy. And he had like, I don't want to ruin it for you if you haven't watched this episode, so I won't ruin it for you. But anyway, it was about this guy that like went missing. He was kidnapped, but he was like an adult. And so it was like this whole scam that these people were running, like this coworker of his. So I watched that one. And then the last one was about, I don't know which order I watched them in. But anyway, I watched them in the right order, but I don't know which one was first. This like Trent guy that is the police officer she used to have a relationship with. Now she doesn't anymore. And then so his dad had this case when he was a police officer about these 7 missing kids. This is the thing. It was a good episode. I'm just so over the whole Sir storyline. If you watch Found, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's just, I'm so over at this point. And it's like, I really thought they were going to like, whenever I say that in like a video, anybody that watches Found is like, I'm right there with you. I cannot believe they haven't gotten that feedback yet from people, not just from me, obviously, but from other people saying like, okay, this storyline needs to end. Like, it's killing the show. So there's this one woman that works for the team, and her son has been missing forever, and then he shows back up this season. But it's always like, you don't know, like, if he's like the real deal or if he's like lying to them about stuff. And I was like, the whole season, I was like, he works for Sir. And then at the very end, they show him going to work for Sir. And the Trent guy, who's the police officer, is now having a relationship. I was just talking about this the other day on here, like a week ago. He's now having a relationship with this attorney. And that attorney, like that law firm, took Sir's case, and now she's representing him. And so basically, she'll be like questioning her boyfriend. She's like, what do you mean we're breaking up? He's like, we're done. So basically, she'll be questioning her ex-boyfriend on the stand about being the it's so messy. The Sir thing, I'm so done with it. Like, the cases are so good that they solve. Like, this is the thing about it. The cases they solve are so good. I was telling the Uber driver on the way there this morning about it. She's like, I think I've heard of it. The cases are so good. The missing person cases are so good. The backstory is messy. I'm like so over it. Like, I'm so over it. And it's like they do stuff and then like there's never any follow-up with it. Like the one guy, so they all like work there because they like have some history with it. Like Gabby, who's like the woman that owns, it's called M&A, Missing People. But anyway, she was kidnapped by Sir. This Lacey girl was kidnapped by Sir too, and then she rescued her. So they both work there. Gabby owns it. And then there's this guy, Zeke, that won't leave his apartment because he has agoraphobia. He was kidnapped. And then there's Margaret, whose son went missing at the bus station. And so, she always goes to the bus station. But anyway, her son comes back this season. So there's her. And then there was this guy, this gay guy, and he's like married to a psychiatrist, But then like halfway through the season, they like broke up because the psychiatrist like confronts Gabby, the owner, and he's like, he gives all of his time to you. So like, we're done or whatever. But then they're like trying to work things out. But now it's been like 4 episodes. They haven't even talked about it. He hasn't even been on it. He was on like heavy 2 episodes, and then you don't see him anymore at all. It's like that kind of, they do that kind of stuff all the time in the show. I don't think the show is that great. I don't know, like, I'm just like so in it now. I mean, when the 3rd season comes out, I know there was a 3rd season because I think I looked it up, didn't I? Found season 3. I'm sure they've already filmed it and it's like in production or something. Found season 3. Now I'm kind of like, if they leave it here, we're not going to find out. Is there a season 3 for Found? Oh, there's a whole video about it. Is Found canceled or renewed? The series is produced by... That's for season 2. Who plays Jamie on Found season 3? Well, there's no season 3 yet. Jamie just came back on season 2. Found. Is a new episode on tonight, March 20th. Missing While Witnessed is what it was called. And the last one I think was called Missing While Undocumented because it was all about kids whose parents were being deported. Why is there no information about whether or not it got canceled or renewed? There's like a YouTube video about it, but... Is Found... Fond. Put renewed for season 3. As of March 24, 2025, NBC has not yet announced whether Found will be renewed for a 3rd season. Interesting. Well, we're going to be just left wondering what happens now because they carried this Sir storyline on too much and it ruined the show. That's what happened. If it gets canceled. Here it is. Somebody did a YouTube video about it. About this last week. Oh no. Episode. It's got Sir in the... who cares about it? So anyway, then I watched the Ghost episodes. I got to keep this woman up. This T.L. Payne to make sure that I can look at her books. What's the related series? Days of Want, 7 primary works, 5 primary works, 4 primary works. What's Days of Want? What is that? Sudden Chaos. Let's see what this book's about. They all have chaos in the titles, I swear. Does it say for fans of at the bottom of here? No, it sure doesn't. Eric Wynn is about to be a new father. He and his wife, Amy, have been prepared for nationwide financial collapse. They never planned for coordinated EMP and cyber attacks to leave them separated without power, communications, or transportation. Eric had just arrived at the airport to head off on a business trip when the lights went out. Now he must find his way through the violent streets of Chicago. Oh, this is just like Kyla Stone's. To make it home to his wife and unborn child before there's always pregnant women in these books. Make it home to his wife and unborn child before the violence reaches them. Could you survive sudden chaos storming through the windy city to get home to your family? Sudden Chaos is a post-apocalyptic survival short story. You know what? I'm going to look on here. Post-apocalyptic. I looked up that the other day because, like, you know, Goodreads ranks them all. What is this? New releases tagged post-apocalyptic. Oh, All the Water in the World. You know what? I got that in January. I still haven't read that yet. I'm going to listen to it on Audible. Most read this week. I've never heard of any of these books. Oh, this one I have. Matt Dinniman, because... What's it called? I can't remember what the first one's called. Oh, Kyla Stone's are the most read this week. All right, Kyla Stone. But anyway, on Goodreads at least. New series, 2016. No. Post-apocalyptic books. Okay, The Road, read it. Station 11, watched it. Hunger Games, Catching Fire, watched it. The Stand. Okay, I own The Stand on Audible, and it's like 36 hours long. That is ridiculous. Is it good? I'm not a Stephen King fan, so is it really that good? Wool Omnibus. Okay, is Wool the one that Silo is based on? What books are Silo based on? I think it's the Wool ones, isn't it? Wool, yep, here it is, Shift and Dust. Peter, you are so smart. Mockingjay, read it. World War Z, read it and watched the movie. The Passage by Justin Cronin. I have not watched that. Is that good? Margaret Atwood, Oryx and Crake. She's the one that wrote The Handmaid's Tale. I read The Handmaid's Tale during the lockdown, I think, in Testament, which was the second one. The Girl with All the Gifts, I have that on Audible, and I have never listened to it. The Fifth Wave, I think I read. Angel Fall. Divergent. I care less about Divergent. Okay, so we're going to get out of this. Post-apocalyptic books. I'm looking for your suggestions for post-apocalyptic books. Post-apocalyptic books. What was that book that I wanted to see what it was called? No, dang it. Sudden Chaos. See, I'm getting out of all these books. They all have cheesy covers and cheesy names on them, but I bet... How many reviews does this book have? 180 ratings, 26 reviews. When did it come out? 2019. This one is getting by Mort grand opening. What is this book that people are talking all about? In a world sold to the highest bidder, can Tyson save humanity from the insatiable greed of the universe? His world lost, monsters running rampant. What? Why is it not showing up on... Oh. What is this? Oh, the Sudden Chaos is the prequel. It says 0.05 to it. Oh, how many books are there in that? Oh, so, okay, the first one has 3,452 ratings on it. Days of what? What's the one, the Houston ones? I bet that, do those take place in Houston? The Fall of Houston, I bet you anything it does. I could read a book about Houston. No Way Out, T.L. Payne. Let's see. Okay, about the author, T.L. Payne, is the same thing. He's written 35 books, or she. Okay, the lights go out, cars stall, communications fail, cities descend into chaos. An EMP attack leaves single father Will Fontenot and his son stranded in Houston, Texas. It's an all-out battle for survival. I wish that one of these books took place... I want to look this up again, because I want to see what the book was. Oh, no. Kyla Stone. I wish one of these books took place in Indianapolis. They probably do. Edge of Collapse, book 1. Why doesn't it have the prequel on here, I wonder? Where is it showing? Okay. The Day After Never, Blood Honor. They're always like military guys. Wake Me Up After the Apocalypse. All these books have good ratings on them. What's Wake Me Up After the Apocalypse? Has anybody ever heard of that book? Bunker number 1. When a killer comet hurtles for the Earth, 18-year-old Joanna Murphy is selected to wait out the apocalypse in an underground bunker. She enters cryosleep with her close-knit team, preparing to resettle the... I'm over that. I'm not... I'm not doing that one. Nope, can't do it. Okay. Do they all just kind of push each other's books? Is that what they do? I don't know. Anyway. Let's go in and read some comments, shall we, from you guys? Let's see what people are saying today. Is Cauliflower going to be the first person? Let's see. Chrissy said, Peter, as a native Chicagoan who is born, raised, and still lives in the city, we love liverwurst, a.k.a. Braunschweiger. That's a Chicago staple. Berghoff's is downtown Chicago. There are other restaurants as equally good, like Mr. Beef. But I'm a pescatarian now, so I only eat salmon or tuna. My husband and children eat very little meat, but still do once in a while. They live near us. Okay, so my dad's from northern Indiana. He's from Fort Wayne, which actually is not close to Chicago. It's on the other side, I think. But, right? How far is Chicago from Indianapolis? Or from Chicago? Fort Wayne to Chicago. Fort Wayne, 2 hours and 55 minutes. I mean, it's long. Yeah. It's on the other side of Indiana. So, But my dad grew up eating Braunschweiger or liverwurst. Wonder Woman said, "Hi Peter, that was me commenting about Suits. I'm only on season 3. Thanks for recommending it to me. I also finished Adolescence last night and bawled my eyes out. I did my video about Adolescence today. It was so good, wasn't it?" Jen said, "That was so nice to see a picture of your dad. Love all your pics." Oh, thank you so much. Big Rob said, "My favorite candle right now is Rose Water and Ivy from Bath & Body Works. It smells like an expensive hotel lobby and a rose garden without being so offensive. I will send you one." Oh, you don't have to, no, but you don't have to do that. I always tell people, like, I do the PO unboxings because I think it's so nice that people send me stuff, but I don't want anybody to ever feel like they have to send me stuff. I just think it's really nice that people do. Vic put a blue heart. Hi, Vic. Oh, thank God somebody said this. Megan said, "Hi, Peter. I am thoroughly enjoying the recovery read-along. I hope you continue with it. I love hearing your insights on everyday things and serious issues. You're my comfort watch." So I am going to continue it. I just don't know that I'm going to be able to... I want to start reading some other stuff. Like, I've got so many thrillers downloaded on Audible, but I've been reading and not listening to my Audible as much. So we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But I am going to definitely keep up with it. We will read 12 books this year because we did 2 in February. So it's basically 1 for January, 1 for February, and then Tweak for March. So we will read 12 recovery books this year. If you have any suggestions, Megan, on what you would like to read, I have not picked out a recovery book for April yet. If you have a suggestion, please put it in the comment section below. I'm down to read whatever, if I haven't read it before. Sam said, "Catching up on vlogs slowly but surely, and don't call me Shirley." Chelsea said, "I'm like Marianne. I'm way behind in vlogs. Y'all better get caught up." Somebody said, Missy said it's potted meat. What does that mean? What's potted meat? I don't even know what that means. Potted. I know what that is. Potted meat. What is... Oh, the deviled ham. Potted meat. That's so funny. I put that in and then all this stuff came up. Oh, there's an Armor Star potted meat. Potted meat. Potted meat. It's all these things. Oh, Braunschweiger is considered potted meat. But it doesn't come in like it comes in a tube. Ugh. Oh my God. What's that stuff back in the day that was like fake meat that came in a can? Spam. Do they still make Spam? Ooh. Okay. Missy, not the potted meat. Janelle said, "I love pictures." I love pictures too. Oh, my pictures? Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Oh my gosh, the camera stopped. I appreciate it, Janelle. Thank you. I'm going to have to get all the pictures together and do that. So I will do that. Sebastian said, "I love Shapiro's Deli. Their Reuben is the best." Sebastian, are you from Indianapolis? Because Shapiro's is local. I don't think Shapiro's is a national chain. Is it? No, Shapiro's is just... Are you in Indianapolis? I think you might be. I don't... If you guys are from Indianapolis, sound off in the comment section below. I don't think I have that many people that watch the vlog that are from Indianapolis. He also said, "I relate to you a lot with your anxiety. I was bullied in school too. The mind is generalized instead of situational, but situations sometimes still trigger it for me, if that makes sense." You know, it's really like, it's interesting because so many people have... I appreciate the comment, Sebastian. Thank you for like sharing your story on there. So many people have reached out to me and shared stories with me, a lot mostly about generalized anxiety disorder. And even though they're completely different, like, it really helps me to hear other people's stories and to know what other people have gone through, because even though it's situational, and like my doctor said, like, depending on how long it goes on, then we're going to have to look at it, you know, at some point. My therapist said the same thing, right? He said, "I think it's getting better." Did I take my allergy medicine today? It's cold outside, by the way. It's windy and it's cold. I actually did a video on my Peter Does Stuff channel. It was a beautiful day. It was blue skies, but it was cold outside and windy. You know, I haven't done the... I think I just got a comment because it just like went down. I don't think I did the weather yet. Let's see what time. Oh, it's 48 degrees. It feels colder than that. Well, it's very windy today. What does it feel like? Does it say? Will it say on here what it feels like? It doesn't say on this one. See, this is why I don't like the. I like the phone one, but I don't feel like pulling out my phone right now. Anyway, it really helps me to hear other people's stories about anxiety, because even people that have generalized anxiety disorder, the feelings seem similar to what you guys describe. I'm sure yours is much more intense and much worse, but it makes me feel like not so all alone, and I really, really appreciate it. I kind of wish I don't know, I need to find an anxiety support group or something while I'm going through this. I feel like it. It's weird too, like with the dogs. Like last night, I was, for some reason last night, I was like really thinking about Boo a lot, like late at night. And I noticed, well, last night, like all through last night when I was reading and stuff like that, I felt very, very anxious. And I don't mean like anxious, like nervous. Like I felt like I was coming out of my skin. But I felt like, I don't know how to explain this. Physically, I felt anxious. Mentally, I felt calm, if that makes sense. Like, it wasn't, like, because I was worried about anything or anything like that. But then something later in the night made me think about Boo Radley. And it's so weird. Like, it just sinks me. Like, I just was thinking about the little guy. I think I heard something. And it was like, every once in a while I'll hear something. Like, it sounds like him running up and down the stairs. Because, like, you know, in the middle of the night, before he got sick, you know, Alex would go to sleep, but I would sit down here and watch my shows and stuff like that. And so I would hear him, he'd go down the stairs, right? And then he would need to go outside and go potty, so I would take him outside. It was something like I heard that kind of reminded me of that last night. Like I think it was when I was watching TV, I took my AirPod out. I was like, what was that sound? We also have squirrels on our roof right now, so I'm like mistaking squirrels on our roof for sounding like the dogs. But I do miss having dogs here a lot. Like some days aren't bad, but it seems like lately I've been struggling a little bit more with it. Oh my god, there's so many Sams in this video. Another Sam said, I get that it's like you're vibrating inside. Yeah, that's what it feels like. But it just like, it doesn't stop, you know? I don't know, it's weird. Haley said, Peter, I need you to look into the Idaho 4 case. I'm obsessed with true crime and would love to hear your take on it. The trial is also coming up this summer, so perfect time to look into it as well. So we read the book in the True Crime Book Club, and I also watched a documentary about it. It's the one, right? But there's like new information about it, right? What's the book that we read? I'm looking at the book. Well, Idaho Slept. But there's like new information about it that's like the 911 call or something like that. I heard that that just came out recently. I would love for you to do more true crime videos like you did for Delphi and Fox Hollow. You know what, Haley? I really appreciate that. If you want to email me, no, I'm serious about this. If you want to email me, my problem with doing true crime is this, is that I don't really know what cases to talk about. The other thing was I was talking to somebody the other day and they're like, why don't you just like have, I don't love the AI thing, okay? I think like AI is like, it's kind of weak, honestly. I think it's like, I mean, I look it up when I'm like on Google, but to do all of that way, and somebody was like, why don't you just have like AI look up all the facts on the case? Well, then it's just like I'm just churning out a video, is how I feel. I'm not that involved or invested or interested in it. So I want to look into the case. I want to like, not just the Idaho 4 case. I know a lot about that case because we read the book and I watched a documentary and I watched news coverage and stuff of it. Is that the case at the trial that's coming up? Because I thought that, wasn't he already convicted? Why am I thinking that? Or am I thinking of another one? Pivotal moments in the University of Idaho murder case. 2 days ago. That guy's so, God. Okay, the students goes on. Did you watch the documentary? It's really well done. It has like their families in it and stuff like that. Okay, so when's the trial? Let me pull it all the way down here. Oh my God, this goes on forever. Okay. August 11th, 2025, Kohlberger's jury trial expected to take 3 months is scheduled before Judge Stephen Hippler, according to court records. Okay, March. Details released in March show that the two surviving roommates initially believed to be sleeping were panicking when they believed a shadowy figure was... Oh, this is what just came out. Authorities also released details of the 911 call. Prosecutors in Latah County, Idaho, asked a judge to let them present his online shopping patterns at trial. The evidence that he bought the military-style knife, a sheath, and a sharpener on Amazon months before the deaths. January 2025, Judge Stephen Hippler ruled DNA evidence from the knife sheath and records from Kohlberger's cell phone and online accounts obtained through search warrants could be included at the trial. That's a big deal. Yeah, I can do a video about that if you guys want me to. I mean, I know enough about the case. But if you have suggestions of what cases you want me to follow, the thing is like this. If I'm going to do true crime, I'm going to go in and look into the cases. I'm not going to just... Like somebody was saying to me the other day, was like, well, why don't you just have like AI generate all the information, then you can just read the information? Because then I feel like I'm just churning out videos to churn out videos. Like, that's not what I enjoy doing. Like, I don't even enjoy just doing a video being like, here's what's going on, blah, blah, blah. Like, I like to like be invested in it. I mean, I think anybody that's watched my true crime videos, whether it's about Fox Hollow or recently Delphi, like, I'm really interested in those cases, or I wouldn't have covered them. You know what I mean? That's why I don't do that many true crime. I would love to do all true crime on that channel and turn it into that, but I don't know enough cases to follow. So, what was it, Haley, I think? So, Haley, please give me some suggestions. You can put it in the comment section if you want to. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. I'm going to look more into the Delphi thing, or not the Delphi, more into the, well, that too, but more into the Idaho thing. Okay. Meg said, the media we consume has everything to do with our sleep, thoughts, and moods throughout our day. I have to be super mindful of what I'm consuming because I know it will cause anxiety for me. I agree with that. Like, for me, it's to a point. Like, okay, there are some days where I can watch stuff and it, like, doesn't bother me at all. There are other days where I'm like, no, not today, Satan. I can't do this. Like, I can't watch this, like, really dark stuff. The other day, I can't remember which book it was I was reading. You know, Station 11 was hard for me to get through. Station 11 is very sad. And so even the end of it kind of like ends on a happy note is kind of sad to me. It's a lot about endings and things like that. I don't do great with endings. I have a lot, you know, like attachments and stuff like that. Obviously, since I tell stories from when I was 5 years old. But anyway... But I have had to be very careful of that, Meg, through the years. Like, I used to talk on here a lot about... If there was a period of time where I didn't watch The Housewives, I didn't watch a lot of horror movies, because, like, I was really sensitive to a lot of that, like, negativity. I have to be very careful of that. So, and going into 2025 with one of my goals being, like, where am I putting my energy, I do ask myself that. So, like, if I am not in a great space mentally, that's when I'm, like, watching ghosts and listening to, like, happy music and stuff like that. I actually have playlists on my phone for like happy music, and it's like music that will like make me happy and stuff like that. So I have playlists on my phone for that. Okay. Marianne said, Peter, I went from 3 weeks behind to caught up. Marianne, I'm very, very proud of you. You should be very proud of yourself. Okay, Lauren said, your eyes look so blue. I thought that was you with the beard and the picture of you and your dad. Oh, really? My dad and I look a lot alike. We really do. Gina said, I remember darling Jolene Joe. She's kind of like, well, I mean, I got my hair cut, but she was kind of like sticking up over here. My hair looks so bad. I should have just had to put product on it and done. I should have done that. Well, it was so windy today. I was like, and then if I take off my hat places, like, then I forget my hat. I leave it there. Somebody asked me if I've walked. I've walked almost every day. Not like 2 hours, but I've been walking. I keep a list. Yeah, I don't think I've missed a day. He's upstairs laughing at Suits. I can hear him. All these people are listing handles now. Which vlog is this that everybody's catching up on? Oh, it's the one from yesterday. Every time Peter describes that Patterson book, my brain goes, isn't that Dark Angel? What's Dark Angel? It's a TV show? Dark Angel's a TV show, isn't it? What is this? Oh, yeah, a TV show. That's what I thought it was. Based on, it's not based on, it says James Cameron. Oh my god, somebody put, is Dark Angel based on Maximum Ride? That is so hilarious. No, the sci-fi TV series Dark Angel is not based on the Maximum Ride book series by James Patterson. In fact, Maximum Ride was released after Dark Angel premiered, which probably means that James Patterson got help with the idea. I wouldn't say his ideas are really the most original ideas. Okay. Lindsay, I told my husband the other day, I said, so many people have started Suits on my channels because of you, because I've been mentioning Suits. Lindsay said I started Suits also. She started crying, a crying emoji. I'm on season 5. I love it. I'm just kind of skimming through some of these. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Alice said, I understand the loneliness thing. I retired last year. My husband's working out of town at the moment. Now that it'll be getting warmer, I think it'll get easier. It's easier for me to be outside. Also when it's sunnier and nice, you know? And Glamum said, hey girl. She said, I totally empathize with you. Look after yourself, sending love. And somebody put, I hope this community helps you feel a little better. I think that is so sweet. I love that. That has nothing to do with me. That has to do with you guys. I have felt alone lately, but when I see my cat or interact with strangers or even just stand in nature, I feel connected to the greater world. I love that. I do too. Well, not with my cat, but with nature and being outside. It's just so nice. Like, even if I just, you know, somebody walks by and I just wave to them, I don't know, it just feels like, in the winter, honest to God, there are some days I walk outside, it's like you don't see anybody come out of their house, and so it's like, I am alone on this street, like, is anybody around here, whatever. Jennifer said caffeine feels like anxiety. I know it does, but this is not caffeine. And I don't know if that's what you meant by it or you're just trying to be helpful. I appreciate it, but no, that's not. This isn't caffeine. Julia said, Peter, I know that feeling. It's such a weird feeling. Okay, my favorite, Brittany said, but thank you for that, Jennifer. I appreciate it. My favorite candle of all time is Extraterrestrial Forest by Magic Candle Company. They have lots of amazing other scents I love, such as African Lodge, Destino, Norway, Key West, and so many more. Banshee Flight smells like that one candle you got that came. Okay, where is Magic Candle Company? I have never heard of this before. Magic, oh, you're gonna get me to spend money. Magic Candle Company. Why is it not pulling up? Oh, here it is. Their candles are not real pretty, are they, though? But I'd be more than one try. They got one called Magic Cruise Line. Okay, what is the one that you said? Candles. Candle bundles. All magical fragrances. What was the one that you said that you liked? We're going to look through these. Haunted. They're just like 10 cans. Banshee Flight. Oh, here's one. Oh, they have all kinds of things that you can buy. Floridian, Contemporary. What was the one that you said? Okay, if you want me to buy one of these, I'm gonna buy one. Quick view. Let's see how much it is. Please select your product. Let's see what a large candle is. $24.95. That is not even that large of a candle. But look at all this. Embark on a journey of wonder and exploration with Banshee Flight. The fragrance that captures the thrill of taking flight over otherworldly. I don't really, to be honest with you, I'm sitting here talking about what the candles look like. I don't really care once they're lit. It's not like I'm sitting there looking at a candle. You know what I mean? As your senses travel through the air, our Banshee Flight fragrance captures the essence of fresh ocean breeze, surrounds you in the aromas of nature's majesty. I mean, there are long descriptions of this. Okay, I might have to get some of these. What are the other things you can buy? Wax melts. Let's see how many wax melts come in. Oh! $9.95. How many come in there? One, two, three, four. Oh, it's like this little round thing. And they have room sprays, large oil, air freshener. Oh, foaming hand soap, hand cleaner. Okay. Magic Candle Company. Well, Brittany, you're going to get me to order a bunch of candles from there. Oh, there's cauliflower. Hey. We're getting to the end. Marlo said, I owned a coffee shop and we did yummy espresso tonics. Double espresso over ice with big fresh orange slice and a Fever Tree tonic water. That brand specifically, it was addictive. Okay, I've never heard of that before. Fever Tree tonic water. Watch, this is going to be the one that I have in the refrigerator. Fever Tree tonic water. That's the one I have in the refrigerator. I'm almost positive. Look, I have to look it up and see cans, because I got cans and they're showing bottles. This is the one I have. It's the one I got. Hold on a second, I gotta go and get them and show you. Fever Tree tonic water. That is so fun. Well, the reason I got them was because they're like little cans of tonic water. And so, I mean, I'm not going to use them for anything. I don't like tonic water and I don't drink. So it's not going to drink a gin and tonic because I don't drink. So the only thing I'm going to mix them with is the espresso. Okay, so what did you say? A double espresso over ice with big fresh orange slice and a Fever Tree tonic water. That brand specifically was so addictive. Well, I appreciate that. Okay, well, I'm going to try it. All right, I'm getting off here now, you guys, so I can get this vlog up. Whew, and get my other stuff done for the evening. So I'm going to get off here now. And I hope that you guys are having, I don't know what's going to happen with tomorrow. I'm going to have to talk to, oh, did Tanya, I think Tanya texted me. So I'm going to have to talk to Tanya and see what we're doing. So I'll either vlog after I get back from the meeting or before, or if we don't go to the meeting. So I don't know. I have no idea what's going to happen tomorrow. So I have no idea what's going to happen tonight. The moon might go off its axis and there might be an EMP tonight. Or not. But I'll be reading about it either way. I'm gonna be like, so like in this world, like I'm gonna have like 400 cans of like chicken noodle soup in the, well, I don't eat chicken noodle soup, tomato soup in the basement, lima beans, batteries, you know, but I have all that stuff, storing all that stuff. I'm gonna read all these books and become, it's probably a bunch of survivalists that are writing these books. No, Kyla Stone, I looked her up, she's pretty, she's real pretty. I'm like so obsessed with all this stuff now. Anyway, is anybody else obsessed with these kind of books? Is it just me? Anyway, I hope that you guys are having a magically amazing Monday and a fantastic beginning to your week. If nobody else has told you this today, I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya!